What's going on, YouTube? I promised I would do a review on my car, so that's what I'm doing today. Today we are reviewing 2004 G35 Rainbow Brake Coupe 6-speed manual. Yes, I finally got a car in a manual. I thought my entire life I would never get one. Here we are. And basically I just want to go over, like, is this a good car to get in 2021? So for starters, as you'll see on my car, this car is like not in the best condition. The reason why I'm not keeping it. Again, I bought this car through an auction. So as you'll see here, this is the impact that the car had. It looks like the lady hydroplaned or something, and she hit something and they just totaled the car out. But even besides that, as you'll see here, it's a lot of rust on the fenders. Watch this. No! There's rust on the fenders. The body's like super scratched. Rust there. Car is not in the best condition. And another thing you gotta really look out for when it comes to these. Oh, somebody's revving. That was a Honda. Another thing you gotta look out for when it comes to these cars is they burn oil. And like when I'm talking about this car doesn't burn oil that crazy, but it's not really that good. I'm gonna get back in the car just because the audio quality is probably not that good. As far as touching on the 6-speed manual, it's beautiful, man. I love it. I would never buy one of these in automatic. If you do, I know you're probably not having as much fun as I am having the manual. If you're looking to buy one of these cars, I promise you, you want to get the manual. You do not want to get the automatic. Do not make the mistake and get automatic. If you have a G37, 350, anything like that, have any one of those cars. Now, if you just like to drive automatic, you don't like manual, then okay, just get the automatic. But if you are somebody who is thinking about, I want a manual one, I want a manual car, buy a manual. I promise you, you will not regret it. You will regret it if you buy an automatic. I promise you, it does not hit the same. If space is one thing you're worried about for a coupe car, I'm telling you, like, I moved out of my parents and like I was able to fit everything in my room, like obviously not mattresses and stuff like that, but I was able to fit pretty much everything in my room that I needed into this car in one move. So space is really not that huge of an issue when it comes to this car if you're just by yourself. Obviously, if you have kids or something like that, then you're not going to want to do a vehicle like this. But if it's just you and like your girl or something like that, like that's how my situation is, then you're good to go. Is all the compartments that it has. So it has one here, it has one here, you have a little cubby right here. I mean, you have this right here, you have another one right here. This is just a cup holder right there. These are pretty deep. These have like a pretty good amount of space. Sorry if there's trash in there. Oh man, you have this here. I do not have the navigation. I think that's in the 05 up. So I do not have navigation, but I have this cubby in here, which I would prefer that over the navigation anyways. And you have this little thing here. So going to start it up. Again, this car, one thing I will say about this car, again, this car is from 2004. This car is from 2004. And it has, you'll see on here, 145,000 miles. The clutch makes this weird noise where it's like a I read online that it's normal. Some people have said they've driven the car for years and it's always made that noise. And somebody told me it was a throwout bearing, so I should go ahead and replace it. The clutch is still firm. I haven't had, the car doesn't slip. I haven't had no mechanical issues like that out of this car, except for the radiator. But it's a high mileage sports car, so I guess, like, what can you expect? Overall, I would say the car is good, you know. You can take a look around the car again. This car's interior is absolutely amazing. The lady or whoever owned this car before me, I mean, there's nowhere even on the front seat. I mean, there's nothing, man. It's like the person who owned this car before me actually owned it from 2004 when the car came out until 2020 or 2021 whenever they got into the car accident. So I think that's pretty amazing. Whoever had this car took really good care of it. It had like 77 something like maintenance records whenever I pulled the Carfax. So I would say this car is pretty much a gem. The AC and the heat work perfectly. You're not going to get too much mechanical issues out of this car. So that's the thing. If you're thinking about getting one of these, whether it's like you actually want to build it, or if you just want like something that you can just run through the city with, take to car meets and like dog out, pretty much what my goal is with this car, unless I'm about to sell it possibly. this is a good car for that. Cut the muffler off, do a muffler delete, and the car is gonna sound good. Maybe I should give you guys some clips of it popping. Yeah, let me pull forward real quick, and I'll give you guys some clips popping with this dude with his decked out Charger behind me. He's probably gonna look at me like, man, what the fuck, you trying to make more noise than me? Oh, I'm gonna have to cut that out. I'm gonna have to cut that out. I gotta get out of here now. I gotta get out of here. Yeah, that was fun, man. I'm telling you, like, you muffler delete this car and like you're gonna have like a lot of fun with it, man. This car is really fun muffler deleted. Even that right now, bro, it sounded. I'm gonna put that clip in. Yo, I just listened back to the audio. I'm telling you, that's one thing I paid $3,000 for this car. I paid $3,000 for this car. It's a box, right? Oh, I'm about to cut that out. It's not the best car in the world, but it's a fun car, man. It really is a fun car to have. It's rear wheel drive. It'll get loose. You know what I'm saying? It's a 6-speed manual. It's a really fun car to have. And one thing I've enjoyed is like when I had the G37, because of like it was lowered, it was nice and all that crap, I would be so like picky about like everything, obviously, because it was a really nice car. Whereas with this car, bro, it's like, bro, I don't even care, bro. Like, ding my car, you know, like whatever happens to it happens to it. Like, it's just this car. It's fun having a car that's like you literally just don't care. Like, you just have fun with it. I could blow the engine on this car right now. Would I be sad because this is my only transportation? Yes. But would I care? No. It'd just be like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. If you're thinking about getting one of these, as a car you're not going to put a lot of money into, you just want something that's going to be like fun to drive and like not really a hassle to work on. If you do work on cars yourself, this is going to be a vehicle for you. You're gonna like this car. But if you are thinking about buying one of these to put a lot of money into, I wouldn't do it. There's a lot of other nicer alternatives, especially like engine wise. Like you could get a 08 to like 2010 G37. These cars, the thing about these cars is their resale right now is like through the roof, especially in Tennessee. People are selling these cars right now for like $7,000, like $7K, $8K with like around the same mileage that my car has. It's ridiculous, man. Like that people want that much for such a high mileage sports car, but it's because these cars are becoming rare. These cars are they don't make them no more, obviously, right? So it's just like 350s. Like the price for 350s right now is through the roof. I tried to buy a 350 off of Copart, and the 350s sell for more than what 370s sell for. I mean, it's crazy, like how much these cars are reselling for, especially if you get an HR. So, but if you're thinking about getting one of these cars, again, do not put money into it though. Like, do the most minimum. If you do very minimum mods, it's an enjoyable car. If you're thinking about buying one to build it, don't do it. It's not worth it. Not worth it. Like, there's this guy on Facebook Marketplace selling one. It's built. He wants like 35 grand for it. It makes like 600 horsepower. It's not worth it, man. This was kind of a review. Kind of wasn't a review. It was a review. It's just probably not the best review. Long story short, I didn't really go into all the specifics and details. Again, like, if you're young, you got like 5 grand and you're thinking about, you want a 6-speed manual, you want a manual car, V6, because you want a little bit of horses, you don't want no Civic, you don't want a little 4-cylinder. If you have like 5 grand and you're thinking about getting one of these, do it. If it's your first manual car, do it. I'm so happy I got this car, and now I'm planning to go to like a Mustang or something like that, because I've learned like downshifting, rev matching, all that. I've been able to do that in this car. And obviously I wouldn't want to like destroy the clutch or something like that on such an expensive car, like let's say a Mustang. So I would definitely recommend this if this is going to be one of your first manual cars. only because another thing too about these cars is this car is not like a Civic. Like when it comes to driving manual, like when you're driving something like a Civic, it's the clutch is super forgiving. So like you're able to kind of like mess up and the car is gonna give it to you. These cars are enthusiast cars. These cars are people who usually buy these cars are people who are already comfortable with driving manual, and this clutch is not forgiving. I mean, I could, bro, there's so many times I stall this car, and it's because it's like just trying to find that perfect grab point. I've only been driving manual, like dailying it for like maybe 2-3 months, so I'm still getting better. I don't stall as much, but it is still like, it still is an issue though, you know. But it makes you better, because whenever you want to jump up to that next car, I mean, you're gonna be ready to go. So that's pretty much all I got for the review for the G35. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully it was entertaining and a little informational. I know I didn't drop too many specifics about the car and like what it can do and all this different stuff. The most important thing for you to realize is if you're on a budget and you're looking for a car in 2021, this is a good car. If you're looking for something to build, I would not recommend this as the car that you want to go with. But again, it's all up to you. But if you're on a budget, this is the car for you. So like, subscribe, comment below, follow me on Instagram at official_Travion, and I will see you guys later. Peace.
Me, I'm just trying to find out what is next for me. I just keep stacking up, not trying to flex. You see, I've been just chasing this life cause I'm next to see. Tunnel vision for my goals, don't stand next to me. I got a vision, I'm out here, I'm living the zone.